What's up, my bearded bros? And today we have game picks for Halloween, November 1st and November 2nd. Now, um, before last week we had 24 games. I don't know why somewhere I had it marked 23, but overall we went 15-9 last week, which I think is a slight improvement on our 10-7, which is wonderful. Overall, we are now 25-16 heading into group 3 of our picks. I don't know if you want to call it a week. You can't call it week 3. We're heading into like week 2, I think, of the actual season. And it should be interesting that it is Halloween. There's not many games on Halloween, so hopefully I go at least 3-1 on Halloween. Oh, who knows? I might get tricked more than I am treated. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this a lot quicker. There's the same amount of games, and I'm going to try to make it under 30 minutes, unlike the last one, because it's annoying when it just seems to last forever. Okay, first up we have Nuggets Raptors. I think it's going to be clearly Raptors. DeMar DeRozan is going to go off in this one. He's going to score over 25, and it's going to be a 10-point blowout, probably 115-105. Wouldn't be surprised if it was any less. Next we have Bulls Nets. I think the Bulls are going to take one from the Nets in Brooklyn. Dwayne Wade's going to pull off a Frankenstein vampire transformation performance where he looks a lot younger than he actually is. I feel like Jeremy Lin's going to get kind of owned by Rajon Rondo because Rondo's a little sick on defense to match up with Jeremy Lin, so it's going to be kind of fun to watch. And the most interesting thing I think is going to be Brook Lopez and see if he matches up well. If he can do well in the paint, it will be a close game. Anyway, next is Kings Hawks. We have DeMarcus Cousins versus Dwight Howard. That's probably the most interesting matchup, one-on-one wise. The Hawks have been performing really well. I'm impressed by them, and the Kings have two. They both have 2 wins already. The Kings are 2-1, the Hawks are 2-0. So we'll see. Like thinking about it hard, I'm gonna have to go Hawks because they're at home. I feel like it gives them a little advantage. If it was at Sacramento, I'd pick the Kings, but I'm picking the Hawks at home. Maybe 103-98. I know the Kings are a well-rounded team, but can they hang on? And then we got the Suns Clippers. The Suns who just got beat barely. It wasn't even as big of a blowout as I even thought against the Warriors. So can they beat the Clippers, who are undefeated at 2-0? Even though the Clippers only managed to get 88 points last time, but they still won by 13. They held the Jazz to 75 points. That has to be a sign of something to come. So I'm going to pick the Clippers 95-89 because their defense is performing up to above expectations for me, and the Jazz are underperforming, or the Suns are underperforming, sorry. 0-3. They might drop to 0-4, and if so, I know 82-game season, having one 4-game losing streak isn't much, but to start out 0-4, I think that's a little different because your winning percentage is 0, and that's going to shake your confidence a little bit, and confidence is, I think, pretty important in basketball. Anyway, that's the first day of game picks. We have Raptors, Bulls, Hawks, and Clips. Hopefully, like I said, I get 3 right on that one. And then next we have the disappointment versus the disappointment. We have the Magic versus the Nets. Both are extremely underperforming. They have amazing talent on each team. They don't really have superstars, but they have amazing talent. Like Magic have Vucevic, Ibaka, Gordon, Payton. Sure, they got rid of Oladipo, but still, come on. They shouldn't be 0-3 right now. And then you have the Sixers. They have so much young talent. They shouldn't be 0-2. Granted, they face some really good teams, so I can see why they're 0-2. I feel like even though it's in Philly, that it's going to be the Magic by 3, maybe 97-94. I don't think it's really going to be as close as anyone else thinks. I mean, to cap off Sunday night, we had 2 1-point games, so that was interesting. But next we have Rockets Cavs. I don't think James Harden can stop the Cavs at all. Granted, they've held two teams to under 100 points already, so I think my prediction for the season is going to be off. But I don't think they hold the Cavs to under 100. I think LeBron James has a really good matchup here, and so does Kevin Love. I think the biggest matchup to watch here would have to be definitely James Harden on Kyrie Irving. Just like I said before, though, Harden took over 20 shots, got less than double-digit assists, but he was 8 for fucking 23, so his shooting percentage hurt his points. If he shot a good shooting percentage, he probably could have had 40 points, like I said. But he didn't, because, James Harden. Go fuck him. I think it's going to be obviously Cavs by at least 15, 116, 101. I feel like the Rockets, they score, but I still don't think they can stop anybody. Next, this is interesting. We had two 1-2 teams, Lakers, Pacers. Lakers are performing decently well. The Pacers not so much, but I feel like Paul George is going to be too much um too much for them. I feel like it's going to be Pacers by 5 score. I'm not sure because you never know what Lakers team's going to show up. So I'm not even going to try with that. Then you have Kings, Heat, and Knicks, Pistons. I feel like it's going to be Hassan Whiteside and the Heat destroying the Kings. Like, not destroying them like on the scoreboard, but destroying them like their soul's going to get crushed kind of thing. Then you have the Knicks, Pistons, who I feel like it's going to be... Knicks 104 to 99, something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, then we got the Bucks Pelicans. I feel like the Pelicans break out of their slump. Anthony Davis has been tearing it off, scored 90 points in the first 2 games, but then followed it up with a sub 20 point performance. So it'll be interesting to see if he's tired, because he could very well be already exhausted with how much they've been using him. I mean, he's only one man. He can only do so much. But anyway, I think it's going to be Pelicans by 6, 108 to 102. We'll see if the Bucks can score. See if the Greek Freak can step it up. Because they call him the Greek Freak, yet he hasn't really done shit. I mean, fucking Avery Bradley's done better than he has lately. Then we have the Grizzlies, Timberwolves. I feel like the Timberwolves get their first win against a really good Grizzlies team. I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies win. But I feel like the Timberwolves win 98 to 97. I feel like it might be one of those overtime games, maybe last minute games, but we'll see. Then we have the Spurs beating the Jazz. And yes, I'm not even going into detail. Spurs beating Jazz. All I have to say there is Kawhi Leonard. Boom, done. Then we have the Warriors Trailblazers. Interesting rematch of last year when Lillard went off for over 50 points, and I think it was one of the few Golden State losses. I'm not sure if Golden State lost that game, but I'm gonna pick Warriors by like 3, maybe like 113 to 110 or something. It'd be interesting because the Warriors defense has stepped it up a little bit, but not as much as they're gonna need to win a lot of games. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Warriors going to 3-1, Trailblazers dropping to 2-2, and then on Wednesday we have first game Raptors Wizards. I'm picking Raptors in this one because DeMar DeRozan, like I said before, beast. But one of the unsung heroes for the Raptors, and I don't want to like diss him, Jonas Valanciunas has been amazing on the fucking boards this year, so he's gonna be too much for the Wizards. Raptors gonna win. Then I'm going to do 76ers Hornets. I feel like 76ers drop to 0-4. Kemba Walker dominates this game, scores over 30, gets over 10 assists. Maybe gets 5 rebounds to go with it. Who knows? Probably win 111 to 93. And then we got Pistons Nets. Battle of attrition here. Drummond's going to be too much for the Nets. We're going to have a 105 to 99 matchup. Pistons winning. Then we got Rockets Knicks. I feel like the Rockets are going to pull off a good one here. I think Harden's might be back in a double-digit assist again. Depends on how selfish he is. Because when you shoot 8 for 23, you need to have more than 7 assists. James Harden. You really do. But I feel like the Knicks are going to make it close. but it's going to be the Rockets in the end. Then you have Lakers-Hawks. Howard's going to probably get 20 boards in this one. Bold prediction of the week. Howard, 20 to 25 boards against the Lakers, because I don't feel like the Lakers have that good of a shooting presence. So I think Howard is going to have a lot of opportunities to get a lot of defensive rebounds, and he's going to have some opportunities to get some offensive rebounds too. And then we have a rematch of a couple games ago. Celtics-Bulls. A couple days ago, I mean. Celtics-Bulls. Scares the crap out of me picking this one, because like I said before, it was close. Wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls won, but the Bulls won, and my Celtics lost, and then my Celtics lost against the other team, so that made me kind of... Or, no, I picked against my Celtics, and they won. So I don't pick them. I pick them, they lose. I don't pick them, they win. So, since we're at home, I'm going to pick the Celtics to even the series with the Bulls. I don't know what the score will be, but if Avery Bradley can go off for 8 3-pointers like he did in the last game, it's going to be Celtics easy. You know, there's not going to be much competition. And then for the final 3 games, we have the Mavericks, Jazz, Trailblazers, Suns, Thunder, Clippers. I feel like the Mavericks will get their first win of the year. Why do I feel that way? I do not know. I feel like the Mavericks will step it up. Barnes and Bogut have been playing solid. They still got to learn how to mesh with everyone. I feel like they might click in this one against the bad Jazz team. And then Trailblazers Suns, I feel like Lillard would go off for 40 points here. Maybe make a case for MVP early on in the season. Show everyone what he's got. Who knows? And then last game for this docket, if you want to call it that, we got Thunder Clippers. Don't know what to expect here. Russell Westbrook has been tearing off the cover of the season so far. He's been doing extremely solid work. You have Canner and Adams, who are performing kind of like at the level I expected, not like noticeable on any certain like degree, but it's there. Like you can see their work is having a benefit to the team. Then you have the Clippers. Both these teams are undefeated here, so no matter who I pick, the other team is gonna have a great chance of winning. You got DeAndre Jordan, who's really underperforming shooting wise, because he's gotten, I think, less than double-digit points in each game. You have Chris Paul, who's not throwing as many assists as he usually does. You have Blake Griffin, whose shooting percentage is not as high as it should be. So, and then you have the Thunder. They have Westbrook, but Chris Paul is a great defender. So, thanks to the Clippers being at home, I feel like the Thunder are going to lose maybe their first game of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if they won, now mind you. And I feel like the Clippers gonna move up in the rankings a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers after this week made it up in the top 3 in power rankings, because they're a really, really good team. But then again, it would be hard to surpass the Spurs, Warriors, and Cavs, the 3 dominant presences in the league. Anyway, guys, if you wanna don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to maybe comment down below what you think is going to happen. Any bold predictions, certain players, like getting certain amount of points, shit like that. If you feel like I got a game pick wrong and you want to tell me which one it was and who you're picking and why, go ahead. I'll reply. I'll listen to you. I don't mind. Hopefully, though, with over 20 games, I have another record like last week, 15-9. I wouldn't mind if it was better, like maybe 16-7 or 17-6. I would prefer that, so I didn't look like such poop. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next video. It will be, I believe, the 3rd of November, which is a Thursday. So I will see you guys picking more game picks Thursday. See you in the next video. Peace.